Hi, welcome back. Long time no talking hands video. We're going to be talking about the PC Engine today and the Sega games that are on the PC Engine. Now, there are lots of great games on the PC Engine, but today I'm just going to be talking about Sega games on the PC Engine. I've only got U cards. There are only a couple of Sega CD games as far as I'm aware. And one of those I did own in the past, and that was Golden Axe, but we ain't going to talk about that. We'll talk about the good games, Sega games on PC Engine. So yeah, I do like the PC Engine. It's obviously can be a little bit of a Marmite console for some people. Like really into the Mega Drive, sort of like it was very much a competition with the PC Engine, wasn't it? So I liked variation. I like the fact that you could collect for PC Engine and Mega Drive back in the day. You'd have a mixed library of games. So I've sort of always been like more of a multi-format gamer, even though I've always been like a Sega fanboy at heart. But yeah, PC Engine. Sega games, obviously. Fantasy Zone. Now, Fantasy Zone, that is like a very early game, really, isn't it, for PC Engine? I mean, it's a very early coin-op game. It's a decent shooter. I do like Fantasy Zone. There's decent versions of this as well on the Master System, but the PC Engine one, it's very nice, very colourful. It hasn't got the dual layer scrolling like the coin-op. I do believe the coin-op's a like multi-layer scrolling. For obviously the PC Engine, you can sort of fudge around and give like a fake dual layer scrolling effect, but it's only got one hardware scrolling layer, has it, in the PC Engine. But that's a great game, that is Fantasy Zone. Super shoot on the PC Engine, and obviously it's a Sega game, which was sort of on, you'd think it would be very uncommon on other systems back in the day, but they weren't. They were quite prolific on the Sega. They sort of licensed out a lot of their software to other consoles. Fantasy Zone, that's a good shoot 'em up, that is. I like that. Next up is another love it or hate it game, really. Altered Beast. Now this is okay on the PC Engine. It's more colourful than the Mega Drive. It doesn't feature the dual layer scrolling, but the coin-op doesn't feature dual layer scrolling either. It only features one background layer, hardware anyway, scrolling. And this features some nice effects from the coin-op as well. I do like the artwork on these books. It's very similar to the Mega Drive boxes, but dual cases, obviously, PC Engine. And the cards as well, obviously the U cards, the little styrofoam in there. You've got obviously the U cards are very detailed as well. Same sort of diagrams on the manual. But yeah, Altered Beast. It's very much a Marmite game, isn't it? Really, Altered Beast. It's okay on the PC Engine. It's a decent conversion in regards that it features most of the stuff that's in the coin-op. It's got some effects that the Mega Drive doesn't have. It's also got like 2 players as well, which I don't think the Master System version's got 2 players. Obviously the Mega Drive has, but it's a little bit watered down from the Mega Drive and arcade maybe. But the colours on the sprites and the size of the sprites, I think are a little bit more impressive than the Mega Drive game, to be fair. If you look at the size of the wolves, I might put a little bit of footage on some of these games up in the corner there as I'm talking about them. If you look at some of the size of the graphics, like particularly like the wolves, the parrot wolves, they're a lot more meatier and chunkier on the PC Engine. Along with a lot of the sprites are more colourful and feature a lot more effects. But yeah, that's Altered Beast on the PC Engine. Obviously, it's more prolific on the Mega Drive, but the U-card version is quite good. I do think the graphics on the U-card are a little bit better than the actual CD one. Obviously, the CD version of this features some nice speech as well, but obviously it's Red Book. Next up, Shinobi. Now this is a really nice conversion for the PC Engine. It's, again, compromising in some ways. It doesn't have the melee attacks. It doesn't have the projectile, what were they like, explosive shells. Is a power up. But the melee attack's probably the most significant change. The close-up sword attack, that's missing. Plus one complete stage as well. I think that's more to do with the size of the U card than the actual limits of the PC Engine, because what is here does look pretty close to the arcade. The sprites resemble the characters in the arcade as well, and the music is really good. I know the PC Engine does get a bit of flack for being like quite a bit reedy and tinny for the music, but this is really, you know, this is probably one of the better soundtracks on the PC Engine. If you hear Shinobi on the PC Engine, it's really good. It's nice and colourful. It's very fast. It's very fluid. It's the Master System version has got that's a nice version. That's got all the melee attacks and things. It's got extras as well, but it plays very slowly compared to the arcade. Whereas this, it's very much like the arcade in its playability, how fast the gameplay is. So yeah, it's worth checking out Shinobi if you want to, you know, try Shinobi on the PC Engine. Obviously the coin op's brilliant. Space Harrier. So you're going into the sort of the 3D realm now. This is the Super Scalar era. Moving on from like the System 16, it's moved on to the Super Scalar era now. And you've got stuff like Space Harrier. This didn't get actual conversion back in the day, did he? Got that M2 release on the Mega Drive Mini 2 recently. Sort of unlockable, wasn't it? That sort of works, but it's a bit glitchy in it. I think the 32X version is probably better for the Mega Drive in it. Obviously the Saturn one's the daddy in it, really. But yeah, this is cool on the PC Engine. It's not arcade perfect, like you wouldn't expect it to be, really. You know, you definitely have to have your, you know, your optimism eye if you wanted to expect like a 16-bit home conversion to be, you know, arcade perfect. But it does play nice, plays nice and fast. Some super colourful graphics on it as well. Ain't as detailed as a coin op, but it's super smooth, you know, for its time. It's really good. You know, I'd recommend anyone play that. It is obviously more simple than the arcade. Definitely the Saturn version is obviously the best to play, really, outside of the coin op version. Next up, it's probably the daddy, really, isn't it, of Sega coin ops for a lot of people. And this is Outrun. It's a great conversion on the PC Engine. Really nice, super colourful. The update's a little bit chunky. It does feature, you know, quite a bit of glitching on certain levels, like say the gateways level. But overall, that's a really nice conversion on PC Engine, considering, you know, obviously the hardware limitations of the little PC Engine. The music's pretty good as well, considering it's a nice conversion. The car sprite is same as the arcade. It's actually got the logo. I've just noticed on there. It's got the logo on the back of that car, has it? But obviously it wasn't licensed for Ferrari, so that's been like a sticking point with a lot of the versions of this game, hasn't it, over the years. The licensing for Ferrari for the Testarossa, because it is very much a Ferrari Testarossa in all but name. So it's got the it's actually focused on that. It's actually got the Sega on the back of that car there, not Ferrari. But yeah, music, graphics, nice. That's a really nice conversion that on the PC Engine. Very much else to say, I think. You know, unless you've been living in a cave for the last 30 odd years, I think everyone knows what Outrun is. But again, the artwork's brilliant on that. Obviously, the U card's the same, which is the nice artwork in there as well, or on there, I should say. Yeah, great conversion, really. That NEC Avenue, they actually carried out quite a few decent conversions for the PC Engine, Taito, and Sega. And the next one, another Super Scalar. It's also released on the Mega Drive, Afterburner 2. Now this is quite a fast moving shoot 'em up 3D shooter on the PC Engine. The screen gets a little bit, say, busy. Gets busy, and it's hard to see what's on the screen. But you can say with most of the versions. Again, SuperScaler games, the ones that did get released for the Saturn, the Saturn's the daddy in it really for SuperScalers. But Afterburner 2, nice conversion on the PC Engine. The Mega Drive version is nice as well. I think I do prefer this one slightly because it's a little bit more colourful and it feels a little bit more faster flowing. Plus the soundtrack's really good considering it's just like the little PC Engine sound chip. Yeah, this was reprogrammed by NEC Avenue in 1990. It came out around about the same time as the Mega Drive one, I think. But yeah, I've got both of them. I do like the Mega Drive version as well. I think the music's probably a little bit more funkier on this. Graphics may be a bit sharper on the Mega Drive, but they're more colourful on here, for definite. It plays nice as well, even on the old PC Engine 2-button controller. Another SuperScaler game, Thunderblade. Now, Thunderblade, it's a bit of an odd one because it never really released conversions to the ARM apart from on the Sharp X68000, which I do believe is a decent conversion, but that weren't really, even that weren't arcade perfect. It's quite a technical game, probably to convert to console. Oh, it did get a conversion to console, didn't it? Sorry, I do apologise. It got a conversion to the Master System. I never really count that as a proper Thunderblade game, to be fair. It's got those vertical scrolling shooter levels. It's a good game in itself, but I don't really class that as a Thunderblade game. I class that as sort of like a vert shooter with a little bit of 3D stuck in between it. It just don't feel like arcade Thunderblade to me. Whereas this does feel more like arcade Thunderblade. Strange but true, probably because I've got more nostalgia for this one than the Master System one. I did own the Master System one back in the day, but I didn't really take to it. But this is decent. The Mega Drive one gets a lot of flack, doesn't it? Thunderblade, or Super Thunderblade. It ain't bad on the PC Engine. Features, the 3D update's a bit choppy, but it tries its best. And they're all sprites. There's no sort of like chunky background layers and stuff being overlaid and stuff. There ain't no character blocks on screen and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty good. I quite like Thunderblade. It's sort of got that weird sort of melancholy sound as well, hasn't it? The soundtrack to Thunderblade is quite melancholy. And finally, for the Sega PC Engine games, it's got to be Power Drift. A game that unfortunately Sega didn't even attempt to produce for the Mega Drive or the Mega CD. I love the Mega CD version of that game. Really got my hopes up for that, but it never happened, did it? Which is a bit of a shame, really. But Power Drift on PC Engine. Again, the SuperScaler games are obviously going to be cut back for 16-bit and 8-bit systems. But this plays nice. It plays really well. Obviously, the graphics are compromised. The music's a little bit twee, a bit repetitive. I think there are 12 tracks in this game, if I remember right. But you have to play them in sequence. You've got no sort of like track select. You have to play them all in sequence. I think there's 12 tracks. But it's really good, colourful, fairly fast moving, quite difficult. Obviously there's no screen rotation. But again, I just sort of love the Sega artwork. Again, this is like Shinobi. It was handled by Asmic. Again, the sort of the detail on the U cards as well. Just love the PC Engine stuff, to be fair. Big PC Engine fan. PC Engine, Mega Drive, Saturn. It's sort of my jam, really. But yep, that's PC Engine games. Sega PC Engine games. Again, cheers for watching. Thanks for viewing. Catch you another time. Maybe something equally strange, wonderful and varied to watch. Bye bye for now.